Okay, got everything all cleaned up, so I'm going to go ahead and put some fluid in here and bleed these things. So, we're going to use some genuine Ultima fluid today. I use .5 around here. I already got my interruptions going already. So, alright, we'll be back a couple minutes. Okay, back at it again. Oh, there's the light. So we now have fluid in here, and we have our lines on here. Now, when I bleed brakes, I do it my way, which is the normal way. Now, when you guys make comments, say, why do I do it some stupid way that's not normal? It is normal for me. So, you got some backwards way you do it. So, now the way I bleed brakes is, it's called gravity and pressure. So, you can't have pressure and gravity and suction until this valve is shut. So, you short this valve up right here, which is your bleeder valve, and you leave the damn thing alone. And you walk away from it, and don't forget, and just leave it alone for a while. Oh, I didn't put the motor mounts back in here yet. I probably should put the motor mount bolts back in. Maybe I should leave those out to remind me to do that. I was working on the brakes. Too many interruptions. Alright, so what you do is you got to get fluid in the brake cylinder, in the master cylinder. Then you got to get fluid through the line, and then you got to get fluid in the brake cylinder, which is in the back. And if you keep pumping it back and forth real fast, you aerate it and you put air in the system. If you constantly got that valve open back there, you put air in the system. Now, you don't want air in the system, you want fluid in the system. Now, if you get this pumped up here, and you pump fluid all the way through the whole line, and nothing but fluid, 99% of the time, most all the fluid gets in the line and the air comes out. And at the very end, you go back there and bleed that to get the last little air out. That's how you do it. Air is compressible. So, first thing you do is get air out of this. Now, there's two holes in the master cylinder. You got a feed hole and a little pressure hole. Now, the little pressure hole is actually the feed hole. The big hole actually goes behind the piston. There's two things in there. So, when you go back and forth with the pedal, which means you just barely touch it right here, you open up the air valve and it lets air up. Except on this one. Got one bubble and it quit. Now, right now we got no air bubbles at all. And you don't pump the hell out of it, you just do light, small pumps like this. Nothing more than that. Okay, now you go, give it a full pump, nice and slow. See how one bubble came up? And pull back. Now you see the fluid drop when it came up? That means you just sucked a big load of fluid in the system. That means a big load of fluid just went through that line. See, fluid level drops, good. Okay, see how we got some bubbles that time? That was on the suction stroke. Okay, now I do one more full puddle. Now watch the fluid level drop again, hopefully. And the fluid level dropped again. We get one little small pump. You hear a little bubble pop. It's popped up air. Okay, that's all the air that came back. Now we do a full stroke. Whoop, had a little bubble, so I stopped. You want to make sure there's no air in the bubble, in the piston there. So if you get air, just keep pumping it until there's no more air. Because you don't want to put air in the system, you want to get air out of the system. Okay, see now the fluid goes up a little bit as you go. That means this is completely full of fluid down here, the piston now. Okay, now you get a full stroke, easy stroke. Let it come up slowly. The fluid drops way down, see? See if any more air come up. No more air. Okay, get a full stroke again, nice and slow. No aeration going on. Pull back. We just had a bunch more fluid now. Now you can start to see the two holes back. You got the real big one way in the back, and you got the small one in the front. Now our air bubbles have been coming out of the back hole. The back hole is the one that fills the fluid in the piston and the ram in here. We haven't got any air coming out of the front. We've been getting just out the back side. Now the back side is now full, so there's no more air there. And that air came out of the front hole, which puts us in air residue hole air in our line. Okay, so now we can get one more pump out of this, but we'll probably suck air. So we don't want to suck any more air. We want to suck fluid. So you open up your bottle. Now you keep your bottle closed so you don't get moisture in here. I put two holes in there so it drains out of only one. A lot of times it drains out of both, but you got control. See how it comes out where you want it to? See how it comes out nice and easy where you want it? Not too much, comes out of both. Slow down, let the air out. Don't be in a hurry. Okay. You put it back over here and do this. There you go. Good to go again. Now I use .5 because I don't like corrosion. I'm not racing, so I don't care about the fluid being compressible under high heat. That's the only reason not to use .5. It's compressible with heat. Harleys don't get used that much. They don't have to worry about racing conditions. My race bike has .5. I don't have any problems with it. See, we're not getting any more air. And keep pumping, it keeps dropping the fluid level down, see? And we're shooting raw fluid to the system, not air. So that means we're not putting any air in the pipe. See, no air is coming back. So the fluid level keeps dropping. You can see how much I move my hand on the pedal, not much. Okay, we're good for one more of these. I'm going to have to refill this again. And maybe one more. So you're starting to see the holes down there a little bit now. Got fluid for another shot. There we go. Now we got to put fluid in there. When you start to see the holes real nice, it's time to put fluid in the system. Now if you accidentally suck a little bit of air in it, evacuate the air out before you do any more pumping. You do that by just lightly hitting the pedal again. The air comes out. Air likes going up, fluid likes going down. It's called gravity. Light shit goes up, heavy shit goes down. Mother Nature's hard to beat. When you try to reverse pump stuff, you're fighting Mother Nature. Good luck on that. Okay, you always take your pedal and make sure there's no air in it. No air. Take a full pump. Fluid's still dropping. Dropping fluid is a good thing. There's one alarm before I get interrupted again today. Could let go to voicemail, but nobody leaves messages anymore. Alright, who wants me today? Hello. Yep. Well, you don't want much, do you? You want good ones or bad ones? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'd have to see what I have in stock that's extra. I got a couple bikes I've been working on, so I got to see what I got in the trees available. You care what color they are, chrome or not, or do you care? Or? Okay. All right. You're in one right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I prefer rebuilding Harley parts, not junk Taiwan parts. The rock arm itself, you got no option, you got to replace it, but the blocks you can rebuild. Depends on time and what I'm doing to them, but usually going to spend about $350 to $500 depending on what's going on. And that's labor, and then you got parts is on top of that. Yeah. Not very good. I'm pretty far back on that stuff, and usually I like to rebuild them to a matching rock arms to a head because they vary so much. Well, that's how you make sure they really fit, but I do have some sample rocker arms I can put them onto, and you can either put hard facing on them or not, and if you want hard facing, weld it onto them and fix geometry issues, a lot of geometry issues, and that's where you get the higher prices. It's hard to tell right now. I'm in the middle of so much stuff. I'd guess right now probably a couple months. I have trees. I just got to see how many extras I have. Like I said, I got more than one project here. So best thing is give me a call back tomorrow sometime, about this time tomorrow, and I'll take a look, see what I got, and go from there. Okay, bye. Yes, I'm busy. Okay, I'm putting way too much fluid in it, so where's all this oil? There we go. Here's why we got so much fluid coming out of here. We have a leakage issue. That's why I'm putting so much fluid in the system. See, when I'm showing you how to do stuff, I'm not paying attention. Usually you don't put any more than 2 master cylinders with the fluid in anything. We just put in 3. So, that's called a waste of fluid. So we have a massive leak over here on something. Alright. I thought I had that closed. Obviously not enough. Okay. So I started feeling a little resistance about a master cylinder and a half full of fluid ago. Okay, now make sure that is closed all the way. See, it's a brand new master cylinder, or slave cylinder, and obviously it takes a lot more seating than we had. One thing about being this is going to be well bled. Okay, this pedal should be rock hard now. It isn't. Okay, so what just happened back here? I think we have a leaky banjo fitting. That'd be my guess. I can see it leaking. It ain't leaking enough where I can tell. And we're just about out of fluid again. Okay. My guess is it's leaking out of below area. Disadvantage of working by yourself, you can't see where things are actually leaking from. Okay, one little squirt here. That's enough. Yeah, it's the banjo fitting. See, there's no fluid underneath here. It's coming from below. Okay, so we have a very leaky banjo. I think I reused the original one. Back here. So, this is our problem area right here. So that needs to be dealt with. Now, let's see if I did something stupid and left it loose. No, it's tight. Okay, so that means we have a very leaky system here. Okay. Okay. First thing I'll do is look at the surface here and determine if this is rough as hell, which it obviously looks like it is. You don't want to do any kind of sanding on this right now because you got You want to go into the brakes, obviously. But I can probably run my file through it. Fine file. Here's my fingernail file. Guess I can use that. It's been broken off for a lot of years. Comes in handy for things like this where you got low clearance. I'm gonna need 2 hands to do this. Let's see, I need a little bit of a screwdriver too to clean it. So bring that too. So we have a nice mess we gotta deal with over here. Everything seemed like it's working so good. It was. We definitely got a lot of clean fluid in the system now. The system is well cleaned at this point. No doubt about that. Okay. I'm only putting pressure right where the finger is, so I try to keep it flat as we can, obviously. And this is a real fine file. Okay, clean up whatever you got in there. So you can see the black spots, those are called low spots. Those would be called leaking areas. Do kind of an X pattern on here to try to keep it flat, obviously. This is not the ideal situation to be working on this either. Yeah. It's known as import quality materials here. This side of the file feels flatter than the other side. Going back to this direction. Now if you go over the edge of the cylinder here, it becomes not flat, it becomes dome shaped, which doesn't seal worth a shit. Alright, I think we're getting it close enough to live with. Okay, clean that out again. See a little darkness there, that's chips and crap. Put a clean area in there. Looks a little bit better. Okay, obviously that's well soaked. See the Harley, they put little grooves on everything here for sealing. See how these are all groovy? So they should be relatively good for sealing up against these surfaces, but obviously it didn't like us today. Now these are used, so they're, who knows how flat they really are. So I'm going to go ahead and give me a couple copper washers to stick in here. These should be just 10 millimeters. So I'll go get some 10 millimeter washers. So we'll go over to the washer drawer. See, we got washers over here. I'm going to use a camera light. Find them. Can't put the nitro in anything out. No nitromethane goes in the brake system. Okay. These are 10 millimeter washers. And to make these the rubber sealed and just copper. I like the solid copper. Yep, they look like they're going to work. Alright. So that should give us something to work with there. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and got two new washers. Now you got a smooth side and a rougher side. I'm going to put the more sharp edge side, which is the side they punched it through. See how this side's all radiused? I'm going to put that against the good part. We'll put the bad part against this piece here. Figuring that part's rougher than the other. And this one here, we're going to put the sharp side against that. And see how we have very little banjo bolt now to work with? So that banjo bolt's a little short. Let me just see if I got a longer one here real quick. Okay, here's the good rich ones. These might be longer, I hope. Probably not, but we'll see. Ooh, look at that. A little extra length in there. Good. So we're going to swap out the banjo. So I got a longer bolt. And now we got enough to tighten with. You want to have over diameter tighten with, or you can't tighten very hard. Diameter and a half is better, and 2 is really good, but at least we got over 1. Okay. We got more chrome on there, you'll be happy. Okay, this feels kind of mushy. Mushy means you're pulling stuff or breaking it. I don't want to go any tighter, it's pretty tight. Remember, these are hollow. They're not very thick, they break. It's not like a regular bolt. Okay, so now that's tight. Let's go ahead and tighten this a few times to see if it's going to get a better seat worn in. That feels a little mushy too, so gotta be careful. Okay, I'm gonna clean this mess up and go find some brake fluid and we'll be back. Okay, we got everything cleaned up. Got new towels laid in there. So got some new fluids. So we're moving up to a different brand. It's a little bit higher boiling point than the Ultima, supposedly, if you can believe the labels. Okay, so we're using a Phillips screwdriver here to put little holes in here. So So I put a big one on one side and I put a little small one on the top. Just enough to let a little air in there on that one. Okay, so now we can go ahead and see what we get in here this time. Okay. This time let's not be a dumbass and pump all the fluid out. See if I get any air in the system. A little bit of resistance there. It's still leaking. So that was 3 pumps. But no leakage yet. Oh, we got a leak over here. Okay, we got a new leak. See, we got a leak right here. See it dripping? Okay, it's not here. So maybe I forgot to tighten that up. That is possible. Shouldn't have done that, but it's always possible I screwed up. Yes, I screwed up. Go back and tighten this. That's not bad. That's not good for me. That makes me look like a dumbass. Which is 100% right in this case. So after I rebent it, I didn't come back. Alright, you got me on that one. See, I do make mistakes. Okay. Yep, can't see what I'm doing very well. Okay, so. See, I got fluid on my fingers, so I gotta get rid of the fluid. Can't tell a leak if you got wet parts you're checking for leaks. It has to be dry. Okay, so run your fingers across everything. No leaks. No leaks. That's good. Okay. And there's no leaks back here right now. So good. That's a plus 2. At least the towels didn't get wet yet. Okay. See how it's pumping the air back, or the fluid back up like that when you first hit the pedal? That means you're holding pressure. And we're still sucking fluid in here though. The fluid is still coming away. Okay, let's go see what's got the new leak now. We're either packing air into the system or we got another leak. So, we have no leak here. Okay. All appears to be dry. Leaks over in here. So that's all dry. Obviously there's no leak at the master cylinder. Okay, so we're just working the air out now. Okay. So now we're down to where we just got the air in the brake cylinder in the back now. Okay. Fluid level quit dropping. Okay, so now we have to actually delete this now. All the air is now worked through the whole system, and it's leaking only out of that one. All the air is in the master or the slave cylinder. I'll get that out. So now I'm going to make a big mess. Okay, so now we're going to bleed it. So I'm going to put my foot on the master cylinder, hold it down, and open the valve up. We should get air for one or two things, and there should be fluid after that. Hopefully. Hear the air? There's 100% air, no fluid. Okay, let the pedal up. Put a light little shot. Push down on it. Well, we got an instant. We got a pedal. So now we should get fluid out of this thing. So let me see here. Get the camera over here. So right now I'm holding my foot on the pedal over here. So we should get fluid out this time. There's the fluid. Walk it down. One more little pump. No bubbles at all. Don't know if you heard the hissing noise of all the air coming out the first time. Okay, now I'm still got my pressure over here on my foot, so now I let up. Because I had the valve down. Oh, now it's closed. Okay, now we can move that far and we're in there solid. So we have a solid pedal now. Okay, so we pumped all the air into the slave cylinder and it was full. And we have no leaks right now. The only leak we got right now is our, well, we just made a leak. Pull that out. So now this is dry right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stand on the brake pretty hard. Where's this camera stand away? So I'm going to cover this up. When you hit the pedal hard, it'll squirt up and blow out the top of the cylinder here. Keep the cap on that. Okay, I'll get back up on the bike here. See the pedal flexing. Reproduction crap. See how it flexes? Pretty hard. No leakage. No leakage. So it's pretty solid. I think that we have a little bit of a. We have one more time with this just to double check. Make sure we got no fluid leakage. Come on. Okay. Pedal's not really pumping up any. Okay, we got good on it. Just raw fluid. Okay. Lock that off. Okay. That's pretty hard hitting. Feels good. Pedal's a piece of crap. Reproduction junk. Okay, so the only air I got was the first initial hit. You heard all the hissing when I did that. Everything after that has been solid fluid. And the reason we got solid fluid is because I wasn't pumping it very fast, aerating it. So you just take your time and do it slow and easy, and it doesn't leak. It doesn't have air in it, and it bleeds real quick. That's why blue brakes this way. It works good. Wipe off the fluid if I can find it. If I can drip for a day or two. Keep the chain lubricated, right? Push the fingers and do that. Well, these tails aren't as good as the ones I was using. They're not absorbing as much fluid. Okay. Nice and dry, more or less. Okay, so go ahead and wipe this off real good with a towel. Or actually, it's a rag. That's a towel. This is a rag. Rag is usually cloth. It does a lot better cleaning than towels do. Towels are paper and you don't do very well. Especially when they're just regular paper, not actual paper made for soaking up stuff like Scott towels would be. Those blue Scott towels. Automotive towels. Okay, it appears to be pretty well dry. Okay, we'll stomp on the brake a couple times again, just to make sure that we got good brakes. 1, 2, 3. See, it doesn't change much. Put my weight into it. Okay, it's not moving. Okay, that'll put a few 100 pounds under pressure. I don't know if it's got 1,000, but we tried. Okay, we appear to be sealed up really nice. No leak. No leak. So it appears all the leaks are fixed. And the air is out. So we put our cap back on that. So now we can put the chain guard back up on here. Wouldn't hurt to lubricate the chain a little bit too. Probably do that while we're at it. Already got a mess over here, so put the little chain lube added into the mix, right? Okay, so we got that's done. Okay, I need both hands for this. And go ahead and work the brake and the pedal over at the same time. Let's see if the brake is releasing and working like it's supposed to. We have not done that yet, so I'm just going to hit the brake pedal over here as I'm doing the brake to turn the wheel. So you release this cleanly each time you do that. Okay, so that appears to be working like it's supposed to. It's got some drag on it, but the shoes have to be worn and it's all brand new. Alright, so that appears to be good. So I'm going to lubricate the chain. I use chain wax. It dries up to a non-messy surf finish. So I like it. Give you a yellow color. They also make clear. So if you want to know what it looks like on a vehicle, I just happen to have a nice clean vehicle right here. I use it all the time. So see how the chain's not wet? You touch it, you don't get gooey. Yeah, it's lubricated. So I lubricate this every time I run the bike. And it doesn't, it makes it live. It's wet. You know, it's not wet, but it's lubricated. So that's what you want to see on a chain. Oil's the best thing for a chain, but it's also the messiest, so that's why they live so long in the primary. But it's very messy, so most people don't like it when you use it. Let's see, I need my oil can. Okay, now the way you put on a chain lube is you don't squirt it here on the outside. Right up here would not be the way to do it because it just flings it all off. You want to actually squirt it on the inside of the chain rose, on the actual links down in here. I'll make a mess, I'm going to cover that up. So what I do is I squirt down each link and row of chain as I do this. And go to the next row. Give a nice good handful of it there. Okay, so then when you're done, I go and I flip the can over and I squirt the outside of the chain here. I can blow the stuff out of the can. Doesn't seem to ever stop squirting as usual. What do you want?
Should have went down there today.
I don't need to go down there.
There's a lot of good stuff cheap.
Good, they can have it. We got enough junk around here. So the viewers want to know how the junkyard motor's coming.
Junkyard motor's done.
I know, they want it in the bike though.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there. I'm putting one together.
See, there's the answer from the man in charge.
Oh yeah, I ain't charging nothing.
He's busy. Leave him alone. He'll get to it. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. I wish I could get to it. What about one of these toolboxes, Jay?
Now our chain's nice and lubed. Yeah, you need a chain guard.
It needs a lot of things. New head.
New head? Do they have that down there too on sale?
No.
So you got one more day to get down there and buy all them parts down there at the junkyard
spent all the money
swap
I
meet
got.
sale. You spent your life savings down there today?
I spent more than I should.
All $20?
Yeah, I spent more than that. I don't even have $20 left.
Oh, geez, that's not good. Oh, there's a chain guard down there.
We got the exhaust on out.
Yep, there's a go. Get the camera to see it. And we gotta put this on the bike now.
There's a nice rigid frame down there. Only missing one tab, two tabs.
Here's we're missing some rubbers here though. All right, I'm gonna see if I can find some hardware to hold this on. We'll be back.